I'm going to do a couple of book reviews for you today. Both books about the ukulele came out in 2012. You may be familiar with them and you may not be. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Ukulele History by Jim Trinquata and the late John King. This is a very well done, academically approached book on the ukulele, the machine, the ukulele, the instrument. And so it very well documented. This portion here is the footnoted section. This part is the part that you would normally read. So it's very well documented. If you find something in here that you find interesting, you can go back and find the source that they used to find it. If you're looking for a picture on every page, you're not going to find it. There are many pages that look just like a textbook. Many illustrations you may have seen, you may not have seen. But the information, a lot is new to me. Especially how the ukulele migrated basically around the world, especially how much influence World War I had on the migration of the ukulele around the world. And so if you're looking for a book that is fantastically written about the instrument, the ukulele, this is very, very well done. I'd recommend it to everyone. The second book that I'm going to review is called Ukulele Heroes by Ian Whitcomb. Totally different book in nature because this is about people who play the ukulele and not so much the machine itself. Ian uses his own life as a thread to run through the time periods of the ukulele, even people that are in his own life before he was born. For instance, I believe it's a great uncle who wrote songs that George Formby played in England. And so it kind of gives us a dating system, if you will, or a thread to follow, even to the point through Tiny Tim's career and later, and how Tiny Tim affected Ian's career. And so you hear Ian's personal opinions and affections or perhaps frustrations with some of the heroes, as well as just historical data. So it's not strictly biographical in nature. There's also humor involved. Ian's writing is very humorous in many places. The way he words things are concise at the same time as being very pithy. I don't know how else to describe it. There's a couple times I had to look up some of the slang he used because even though Ian has been in the United States for many years of his life, there's a few slang words that he used that are very British, and I had to look them up to see exactly the take that I was supposed to use to define it. So, but this, on the other hand, he has many illustrations and photographs if you're looking for that, some of which are easily found on the internet. Some are not. That's the problem with publishing today, is if someone finds something new, it's quickly posted and spread around the world and is easy to find. So it's hard to find necessarily something new. But you will find something new about Ukulele Heroes you may or may not have, and you may or may not know. One person that I have a whole new appreciation for is Johnny Marvin. I took him as more of a lesser, not a lesser player or musician, maybe a lesser hero, and he contributed much more, had much more musical accomplishment than what I thought. Also, there's some other interesting footnotes of how even Gene Autry's career was influenced by ukulele players. I'm not going to say any more about that. You can read through it and find it yourself. But Ian does a really good job of fitting them all together, seeing how they may or may not have interacted, and yet how much the ukulele played in many people's careers at one point or another, and how they influenced other people. Very fun read. I recommend them both for totally different reasons. One is about the machine, the instrument. The other is about people. And Ian's take on how he approaches the people part of the book is very fun. The information that is in this book is very detailed, just wonderfully captured information. So if you're interested in a book to read about the ukulele or ukulele players, I would recommend either one of these books, and you can decide on which one you think would be best for you. If you want to learn more about people, if you want to learn more about the instrument, try them both. Really good. Pass them around your club. If you didn't like it, someone will. So you could even donate to your public library. I'm sure they would really appreciate it. Great books.